In this video, we are going to talk about commands to manage files, as we are in the unit of file management. And to do so, we are going to open a terminal or a shell or a console. Well, it differs in different distributions, but basically the same. Okay, and we are going to go with it. Okay, to navigate through different directories, the command that you need to use is cd. Okay, and first of all, I want to know where am I and where can I go. Okay, to know where am I, we need to use the command pwd. Okay, and it says that I'm at home /home/anon from the root to the more specific folder, and to know what's in my current folder, I can use or you need to use the command ls. Okay, ls is going to show you the list of files that are in the current directory where you are, where you are in this shell and this user. And so to navigate, as I was saying before, to navigate to another directory, I need to use the command cd. And for instance, I'm going to go inside downloads. Okay, cd downloads. Now I'm going to check where am I with the command pwd. And now, as you can see, I'm at download, well, /home/anon/downloads. Okay, I got into downloads. Okay, to get outside one level, you need to use cd ... Okay, and you will go again to the upper level. If you keep using it, cd ... you will see that we are up another level and another one, and we are at the root. Okay, and we cannot go further. Okay, it won't say there's an error, but we are still at the root. Okay, to navigate through directories, you can use, as I did, relative paths, and that means that you don't specify the whole path to get to the directory, or you can use absolute path. Okay, the difference between absolute and relative is that right now I'm at the root. Okay, so to get inside downloads, I would need to specify the whole path. Okay, I specified the whole path to the downloads folder. Okay, but for instance, you can, I'm going to go one level up and one level up. Now I'm at home, so I can say I want to go to add-on downloads. Okay, and I get to the same point. Okay, so that's the difference between absolute and relative. In absolute path, you specify the whole path to get to the directory. With relative, you specify only a part that can be understood from the current directory where you are at. Okay, this is something that all commands, or at least lots of them, are compatible with, and you can use it because it's pretty useful. Besides from navigating, I've shown you the list command, which is a pretty powerful command, especially when you use it with the ls-l. Okay, with -l, it will say the details of each file that it's in the directory where you are executing it, or you can say ls-l, for instance, in etc. Okay, and it will say all the files that are in the folder etc with the details of all of them: permissions, size, modification date, the name of the file, the owner of the file, etc. Okay, tons of information. Okay, I'm going to clear the shell. So right now we've navigated, we know where we are. We now know how to list the files in a specific directory or the directory where we are. And we are going now to create files and read them. Okay. to create an empty file, I'm going to check where am I. Okay, to create an empty file, you can make something. You can use the command touch, and you can say new file.txt. Okay, and if I list now the files, you will see that now it exists. Okay, and we can check the contents of a file with the command cat. Okay, there are many commands to read files, but the simpler one is the command cat, and as there's nothing inside it, there's nothing to show. Okay, for instance, you can redirect, as we saw previously, you can redirect the standard input and output using the bigger than sign, or the arrow sign. So for instance, I'm going to fill that new file txt with the contents of ipconfig, for instance. ipconfig redirection to new file.txt. Okay. Sorry, I confused with the Windows one. Well, I'm going to try with another command. Okay. I don't know, ls, for instance. Okay, ls. I don't know why my keyboard is not working very well. New file, and I'm going to read the contents of that file now, and you will see that the contents of the file are the output, is the output of the command ls. Okay, that's a way to write outputs of the commands to files. And you can use cat to read files. You can use also tail and head, which are, tail is going to read the tail of the file, and head is going to read the head, the beginning, the head, the end, the tail. Okay. Both are extremely useful, because with head you can read the beginning of a file, and that's super useful because if the file is super big, you're not going to be able to read it entirely. And with tail, you can read the end of a file, and for instance, for logs, for log files, it's super useful. I'm going to check, for instance, logs. No, no, bar. Let's see where ls bar log. Okay, and for instance, something that has, well, ls minus l. Okay, so I'm going to show you one big file. Sorry, I didn't write it well. Okay, one big, for instance, syslog or dpkg. Okay, with head /var log dpkg log, you will see the first lines of the of that log. Okay, and with tail, you will see the endings of all of them. Okay, there's also an option of tail which is follow minus f, sorry, which is going to follow the file. So it's going to output all the lines that are being written to that file as they are written lively. Okay, so this is extremely useful to read log files as they are being written. Okay, so you can follow them. Now we know how to create files, how to redirect outputs to files. Now we are going to create directories, remove files, copy and move files. Okay, to create a directory, it's pretty simple. I'm going to check where am I. pwd. Okay, so nkdir, I'm going to create a directory, for instance, computer system 01. Okay, sorry, I didn't write it well. I don't know why my keyboard is working so bad. Sorry. Okay, dear computer system 01, and if I list the files, you will see that now it exists. Okay, I'm going to clear. This is mkdir. Okay, with rmdir you can remove a directory cs01 and you will see that it's not there anymore. Okay, if it has contents, I think it pops some something saying there's contents, you cannot remove it. Okay, but to remove directories it's mkdir, well, to create directories, sorry, make dir, and to remove them rmdir. Okay, to remove files you need to use the command rm, which can also be used to remove directories, by the way, sorry, txt, and you will see that now it has been removed. And I'm going to create a directory C02, so you see how I remove a whole directory with contents in it with rm touch cs02.txt, and I'm going to make rm cs02 is a directory. Okay, let's see how we can remove directories with the help. And blah 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 with recursive. Okay, remove directories and their contents recursively. Okay, so we are going to make rm cs02 with -r, and that's it. Okay, now it's removed. Okay, and we want to copy, and we are missing copy and move. Okay, so I'm going to create another file again, txt. I'm going to clear. So now cs03.txt exists as a file. I'm going to copy it, cs03.txt as to copy is the command cp, copy cs03.txt as cs03 copy.txt. Okay, and if we list, you will see that it exists. You can also copy like this, specifying another path to be copied. And if we list now the contents of downloads, you will see that it exists there. And to move a file, you can move it with the command move mv, and I'm going to move it, for instance, to downloads. Okay, and you will see that only the copy exists now because the original one is inside downloads. Okay, so with those commands we basically covered all the file management that you are going to need. We navigated with cd, we checked where we are with pwd, we list the files with ls and ls-l, we created files with touch, we read the contents of files with cat, tail, and head. There are more, but those are the important ones, or the most common ones. And we created files with makedir, we removed them with rmdir, and we removed files and their directories also with rm remove, copied with cp copy, and move them with mv. Okay,